So a lot of guys, even when I train right now, they come to my gym and I make them spend time, repetitious time like I did, on technique. They don't like it. They just want to beat bags, beat hand mitts, spar. Well, how can you do all this if you don't know the real technique that it takes to do it? So that's what's happening. We're missing all that because soon you come to the gym, first thing you want to do is hit something. In our day, it wasn't like that. You knew what kind of fighter you were. You knew how to jab. You knew how to throw a right hand. You knew how to throw every punch. You knew how to counter every punch. You knew how to defend every punch. You knew boxing from here. Gotta rank him probably in your top 10, maybe even your top 5.
Where do you rank Terence, in your opinion?
I put him in the top 15, maybe the top 10, because he definitely has the skill of a top 5, just that he hasn't had the opposition that some guys were able to get, and that's not his fault. He just made one of the best fighters in his weight class look like nobody. That's pretty damn good. Now he proved what we already thought. We just didn't see him against the best opposition near his weight class. See, that's the thing people don't understand. This is what I like about Bud. He reminds me of Roy. We ain't got to have the best opposition in our weight class.
Today I get some rounds with the GOAT. One of the GOATs. You know what I mean? 2 GOATs. Iron sharpened iron.
With his recent training under the legendary Roy Jones Jr., it's clear Terence Crawford is aligning himself with greatness as he prepares to face Canelo Alvarez. My biggest boxing secret is, I always learn, and here I am learning from one of the GOATs, Crawford said before training began. Jones' top piece of advice? Focus on weight. He emphasized that Crawford must pack on as much size as possible ahead of this massive challenge.
How do you think Terence Crawford to handle the weight? Should he come in lighter? Should he come right around the weight limit?
Come in as big as he can get. You get to the weight limit. Because there is a weight limit, get to the weight.
Having recently been seen with both Andre Ward and Floyd Mayweather, Roy Jones is the GOAT Crawford brought into camp for more than just MIT work. The idea behind involving Jones isn't just training, its wisdom. Roy Jones, like Crawford, knows the demands of jumping through weight classes. His journey is one Crawford is now trying to mirror.
We want the best opposition near our weight class.
There's been discussion that maybe, Crawford and Inoue are going back and forth tussling for pound for pound, that maybe Inoue because of the multiple weight divisions. You're shaking your head no. Tell me why no.
Because Inoue also, when he first moved up, he lost to Donaire. Don't forget that. Bud ain't lost nobody. Moving up or down, he moved up 3 times.
Jones won a world title at 168 pounds, the same division where Crawford will meet Canelo. But that's not all. He also captured titles at middleweight, light heavyweight, and even heavyweight. Anyone who's mastered weight jumps like that is the perfect mentor for Crawford, who is now making a bold 14-pound leap from super welterweight to super middleweight.
Canelo, done deal. Looks like the fight is signed. What's your thoughts on this fight, man?
Man, it's a great fight for boxing. I know people don't agree with it, but if Canelo fights one inkling of the wrong fight, he gonna lose. If he comes out and fights the right fight, it's gonna be a tough one. So right now, I think it go be either way, but it depends on what type of fight Canelo fights.
You've been a guy that
But this wasn't just talk and theory. Crawford and Jones sparred for several rounds, clocked in treadmill sessions, went swimming, and pushed through intense strength and conditioning routines. It wasn't just mentorship, it was work.
Because that's why DJ Fox ain't go for the best fight of all time. One of the best defense fighters.
James said that was.
But he ain't moving his feet. So because I got the whole feet part of me, when you come at me, I'm moving my feet. I'm changing my whole location. When I come at him, he doing this. My hands too fast. I'm gonna find it.
Yeah.
You only gonna do that 1-2 times. I'm gonna find it. Cause my hands too quick. So people get the wrong misconception that defense is this. No. Defense is this. That wherever your backward is, that's your defense. So you're rhythm.
Jones' power impressed not only Crawford, but everyone else in the gym. Despite not having fought since his exhibition with Mike Tyson 5 years ago, Jones came in sharp. After training with Crawford, he praised Bud while addressing the uncomfortable truth. Racism is promotion. They don't want any part of Bud. Still, his biggest concern remains Crawford's weight.
Racism is promotion.
Right, he don't want no part of Bud, what that's mean.
Yeah.
Speaking
of Bud, what are your thoughts on
That weight gap looms large. In a chat with Mill City Boxing before training Crawford, Jones called Canelo the early favorite, not because of skill, but size. He made it clear that unless Crawford neutralizes that advantage, the fight could swing in Canelo's favor, despite Crawford's immense talent.
Realistic. It makes sense. And less life risking on top of the risk that we risk stepping in there with guys our weight. And now you want me to do something. Canelo's not coming down to 60.
No.
It's Crawford who wants it. He wants the chance to prove he's the best.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Right.
And and again, that's one of what's happening on the
I like Terence, but I'm going to lean Canelo early because of the size, Jones said. But if Terence gets into the five-teats trouble, the deciding factor he stressed would be power. We won't know until Terence gets hit. If you can't hurt him, you can't change his fight plan, and that's when you've got problems.
We're saying like, hey, forget about Canelo. That was a tough fight with Madrimov. Go ahead and give Boots a shot. Give Boots the chance. But Eddie's saying, hey, I think Crawford's saying, hey, give me the Canelo fight, or I'm not fighting. I'm done.
Why? What he got to prove to Boot? Boot time to take over and start beating the guys around him, prove that he's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy.
If Crawford can use his superior technique and stay away from Canelo's power shots, there's a real chance for an upset. While fans dream of the Crawford-Canelo fight, Canelo is currently gearing up to face IBF interim champ William Skull. But Jones, who once predicted both Crawford and David Benavidez could beat Canelo, has since walked that back.
Yeah, because a lot of people are saying like, hey, forget about Canelo. That was a tough fight with Madrimov. Go ahead and give Boots a shot. Give Boots the chance. But Eddie's saying, hey, I think Crawford's saying, hey, give me the Canelo fight, or I'm not fighting. I'm done.
Why? What he got to prove to Boot? Boot time to take over and start beating the guys around him, prove that he's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy. Why would he? Bud
Jones first pointed to Benavidez. It's tough. Benavidez throws volume, but Canelo's power can change things. Yet, he questioned Canelo's willingness to take that risk, saying if Canelo can't hurt Benavidez early, he's in trouble. Benavidez, a two-time Ebaid Lushabad Alban champ, has been calling for that fight for years, but still, no green light.
Not right now. I want to see him. I want to see Crawford come up with some weight classes and show he's going to be dominant at 54. You understand me?
That fight will go Crawford and
Crawford won a pound best fight to fight. I mean, it'll be tough. But right now, that's going to be a tough fight for both fighters. We got to see how Crawford carries the weight.
What about Jamal? Based on what you saw from Canelo, how does he match?
Once known as the world's best welterweight, Crawford is ready to jump up to divisions for a crack at the Mexican superstar. Alvarez, on the other hand, downplays the fight's value to his legacy. Still, Jones believes Crawford can do the impossible. If anyone can pull this off, it's Bud. I gave up 33 pounds to beat Ruiz in 2003. Crawford wants history.
The proper fight for the proper opponent. When you fight a guy coming up 2 weight classes, you're supposed to bully him. If he'd have fought Floyd Mayweather that way back in the day, we saw a much better fight. But he didn't. But he's learned now, and that shows you that he's improved, and he understands boxing more now. Because he bullied the smaller guy, which is what you're supposed to do. What you say?
what about Crawford, boy?
That's the mindset Bud has right now. He's chasing something historic. Who wouldn't want to see the best of today versus the best of yesterday? Make no mistake, Crawford won't just show up for a check, he'll show up to win. He can carry the weight and still move like Floyd. He's got the boxing skills to make it happen.
It's a hard one to call, and I'm gonna tell you why it's hard to call. It's a hard one to call because it'll all be predicated upon how Canelo approaches the fight. If Canelo approaches the fight like he's the man and he can box and outbox Terence Crawford, he'll get beat. If he comes out and shows that he really wants to go out and prove whether he's still the best, he might win. So it all depends on which Canelo comes to the...
Jones, who also fluctuated in weight during his prime, adized Canelo to stay at 168. I never understood why he went to 175 to fight Bivol, Jones said. He'd already beaten Kovalev, who was on his way out. Bivol was in his prime. There. Not the same. Stick to dominating your division. Lightning won't strike twice.
Canelo, done deal. Looks like the fight is signed. What's your thoughts on this fight, man?
Man, it's a great fight for boxing. I know people don't agree with it, but if Canelo fights one inkling of the wrong fight, he gonna lose. If he comes out and fights the right fight, it's gonna be tough. So right now, I think it go be either way, but it depends on what type of fight Canelo fights.
You've been a guy that moved up in weight class. How do you think Terence Crawford should handle the weight? Should he come in lighter? Should he come right around the weight limit?
Come in as big as he can get. If he get to the weight limit, because there is a weight limit.
Canelo did what he had to do to get the win, but the buzz now is all about Canelo versus Crawford. It's the biggest fight in boxing. Canelo remains the sport's top name, and for Crawford, it's the ultimate opportunity. But does he really stand a chance? Many experts say no except one, Timothy Bradley. After studying both fighters, Bradley now believes Crawford wins.
Canelo did what he had to do to get the victory.
What do you want next? It seems like that's going to be the fight. Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez, the biggest fight in boxing.
Well, Canelo's the face of boxing. He's the best fighter for Terence Crawford out there. He's the biggest fight for Terence Crawford out there. So that's why Terence Crawford want to take the opportunity to share a ring with another great.
How do you beat him?
You'll see. Come 12.
Rumors about this super fight have circulated since late 2024, but nothing has materialized. Still, the hype keeps building. It's a clash between two contrasting styles. Crawford's slick switch-hitting aggression versus Canelo's iron-chinned, pressure-heavy counterpunching. It's dangerous, it's unpredictable, and it could be the biggest event in years.
In the fight, would you agree with that?
I don't know. He was boxing well, and then he just stopped doing what he was doing earlier. I don't know. I can't call it.
Do you think Canelo slipped as a fighter?
No, I don't. I just think that, William was doing a good job neutralizing Canelo power punches. He was just moving.
Bradley thinks the danger is overblown. Everyone talks about Canelo's power, but when's the last time he knocked someone out? He asked on YouTube. Come on, man. Didn't we just watch Usyk fight Fury, who was 50 pounds heavier? For Bradley, power only matters if it lands, and he doesn't think it will.
It's a dangerous fight, man. That's an extremely dangerous fight, dude. And Canelo lands one bomb, bro, on Crawford. It might not be good. It might not be good.
Canelo's actually the same height as Crawford and isn't a natural 168-pounder. Sure, he's great, but so is Crawford. Great fighters figure things out. It's true Canelo hasn't scored a KO since stopping Caleb Plant in 2021. He's beaten big names Golovkin, Charlo, Munguia, but Bradley claims Crawford's about to beat the hell out of Canelo.
Canelo.
Crawford beats anybody he steps in the ring with. Anybody. He don't go. No one beats that game. No one beats Terence Crawford.
His athleticism and defense to get out of the way. He should be able to beat Canelo, man. Slow plodding forward. Good jab.
Bradley didn't hold back. On YouTube, he blasted Canelo for ducking and challenged him to give Crawford the shot he's earned. You ran from Benavidez. Make the Crawford fight, Bradley said. That's what fans want, he even dismissed the narrative that size would overwhelm Crawford, pointing out Canelo once fought at 147 too.
I'm skeptical about the fight. I will back Crawford because, again, I think that he's special, and he's a friend of mine. But that's a dangerous fight, man. That's an extremely dangerous fight, dude. And Canelo lands one bomb.
Got good quickness, throws a lot of hooks. Crawford just get away from all of those, get underneath him, bro. He should be able to beat Canelo, man. I'm telling y'all.
You're walking around Mexico like you don't care what people say, Bradley continued. Make the Crawford fight. He deserves to prove himself. Canelo has a record of 62-2 and Crawford's 41-0. Still, Crawford's last performance against Madramov wasn't dominant. He got hit too much. Canelo, meanwhile, has nothing to prove.
I'm letting y'all know right now, he about to beat the brakes off of Canelo Alvarez. Yes, he is. Number 2, Devin Haney. You want to get back, man, go back to your roots, bro. Go back to where you started, bro. Where'd you start? You started in Mexico.
Critics argue that if Crawford wants this fight, he should first face guys like Benavidez or Beterbiev to earn it. Some love the idea of skill versus power. Others see it as too one-sided due to Crawford's age and weight. Canelo's legacy is secure, But if Crawford wants in, he may need to take a tougher road. For now, it's just a dream.
Man, go back, get one of those guys out of there, man. Go back, start there. That's where you start. Go back to your roots, bro. Get some of that humble pie, bro. Go back, start where you started. Start where you started at. And bro, I'm telling you, you go back where you started, you're gonna come back up on top.
Even Brian Bomac McIntyre, Crawford's trainer, knows what they're up against. He'd studied Bivol's blueprint. He made Canelo move his feet. That's the fight I'd study, Bomac said on the Luke Thomas podcast. If Crawford wants a chance, that's the tape they'll be dissecting.
Everybody that believes in hardcore boxing fans, they know Crawford can beat Canelo, just like they knew Bud was going to be Spence. This is real simple. It's real simple. You just got to know boxing in order for you to be able to say that. Hey, Terrence go get in there and do what he needs to do. Perform.
Andre Ward also weighed in on the fantasy fight on the All the Smoke podcast. Undefeated 2-division champ said, there are only 2 fights that matter. Canelo versus Crawford or Canelo versus Benavidez. Either fight a man your size or stop picking on the little guy, Ward said.
Just talking about him, who's the most skilled fighter today? Bud?
Bud is definitely one of them, for sure. Tyke Shakur, Devin, Boots,
my favorite.
It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them, and they skillful in different ways. You know what I'm saying? But somebody that, like, I could bet the house on, but because me and him.
Ward made it clear he's backing Crawford. I'm not betting against Terence right now against anybody, he said. And that wraps it up for now. For more breaking news, deep dives, and all things boxing, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment.
No mentality. Like, soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing. About basketball, wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. Like, it's just that, like, you gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away and to try to stop him from doing what he want to do. So, skillful, yes. But this and this, it's different, man.